Morning comes but nothing starts. Sunlight falls on an empty heart. Time is cold, the room stands still. Silence louder than it should feel, yeah. People smile, they carry on, never knowing what is gone. I wear a face that says I'm fine, while loneliness keeps perfect time. Every road leads back somehow to the love I can't reach now. I'm alone after you, like the sky without the moon.
I'm alone after you,
got almost
like the sky without the moon. Every crowd feels miles away.
Wait.
Every night comes way too soon. I'm alone after you.
The world's still turning, mine stands still.
I keep breathing because I have to.
Yeah, not because I wanna feel. You were my last place to belong, baby. Now I'm learning how to carry on, yeah. Sometimes I talk into the air, like maybe somehow you're still there. I laugh alone in memories, then the quiet just swallows me. No one's waiting for my call, no familiar voice at all. Just these songs I write at night, trying to turn hurt into love.
I'm alone after you, like the sky without the moon.
Yeah.
Every crowd feels miles away. Every night comes way too soon.
Yeah,
I'm alone after you.
Yeah, the world is turning, mine stand still.
I keep breathing because I have to,
not because I wanna feel. You are my last place to belong. Now I'm learning how to carry on. Yeah. Everybody says time keeps moving, I know, but grief ain't riding on the same road. Some days I'm standing in a room full of people still feeling like the last soul left. I'm not looking for sympathy, I'm looking for one familiar breath, yeah. One voice that said, you're gonna make.
Welcome to the show, everybody is Dee. I'm glad you're here, let's get into some things. I hope you're ready, cause this is what I do. It's all about different perspectives in here, where you gon' get the real, no BS in here. We keep it real as we can. You can tell your truth and feel comfortable here. DeeDees reactions, videos and live things. DeeDees reactions, she's about to put on a show. These reactions, just to let you know, like, share, subscribe. We about to go live. It's DeeDees reactions, keep it real, keep it DeeDees reactions. What you gon' do? DeeDees reactions, we about to go live. Subscribe, we about to go live. It's DeeDees reactions. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh.
What up, YouTube? It's your girl, DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope y'all are doing well. Listen, as you come into the building, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday. I hope all of y'all are doing well. Shout out to everybody watching, everybody in the building, and everybody who supports the channel. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all so much. Listen, as you come into the building, hit the like button, y'all. So your girl is live. I'm back with another live stream, y'all. Listen, make sure before we get started, put a 1 in the chat. If you're in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me good. 1 in the chat if you can hear me good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. Shout out to Ryan from the 8. What's going on, Night Call 411? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching. Happy Sunday. I hope y'all are doing well. Reach from Philly. What's going on? The Red Dragon. What's going on? ATL in the building. Shout out to y'all for being here. Shout out to everybody. Listen, I'm not going to keep y'all too long. I wanted to pop up just to say hi and to just share, a few of these, modern women stories with you guys. and get your thoughts on it, and then we're gonna be out of here. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to everybody who's been watching and supporting the channel. I'm really liking the views on the channel. So make sure you guys are continuously watching the videos that are posted and engaging by hitting the like button, leave a comment, all those types of things. And also don't forget to support the channel via Super Chat or Cash App. That definitely helps the channel to grow. All right. And shout out to, all the new subscribers. Shout out to the old subscribers. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting the channel for some time. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all once again. All right. So y'all see the title, Nightlife Coach is looking for a man to match her hustle child. Plus, women are still lost. And women are still lost, and they're still trying to figure out why men are not approaching them and why men are not interested in these singles events. I don't understand what it's going to take for a lot of these modern women to get with the program, but until they do, it's going to always be a problem. They out here complaining about there's piss and poop in the dating pool. Well, they are a part of that. In my opinion, it's not everybody, but whoever's out here having a problem with dating and find a man or finding a woman or whoever you're looking for serious committed relationships, I will say a lot of y'all are going about it the wrong way, in my opinion. But it is what it is. To each his own. You can do what you want to do, but don't complain about the results. That's my thing. But anyway, listen, shout out to y'all. What's going on? Lorenzo Redmond in the building. Lee in the building from San Diego, California. How are you? Irving Hunt, what's going on? How are you? Dennis Settles in the building once again. Alexander Clifton, shout out to you. How are you? I hope all is well. Thank y'all so much for being here. So I want to get into this first clip because I want to kind of break down this first video that somebody sent me. This video, it's the Kendra G video, of course. Somebody sent it to me, and I want to kind of talk about it, and I want to get y'all thoughts, of course, of what y'all think about what this woman is saying in this video, and let me know, what do you think is the problem? Why a lot of these modern individuals having a hard, especially women, having a hard time finding men for serious relationships? What is the problem? Because they don't even know. They're out here looking and they still don't know, child. Dennis Settle 6611. Thank you for the super chat. Says, good evening, Miss DeeDee. Glad to catch you live. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for the super chat, Dennis. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's just getting confusing to me, y'all. And it's like beating a dead horse. It's the same old thing over and over and over. But it's interesting to see how so many of our educated women are still stuck in this cycle to where they don't get it. They're still asking the same questions over and over and over. But when they get the answers, they don't like it. So what are you gonna do, child? Just go ahead and just enjoy being single. That's all I'm saying. Stop complaining. The sooner y'all stop complaining and stop asking these questions, the sooner we don't have to do these videos anymore. We don't have to talk about what the modern woman and all is doing. If y'all don't want to hear our mouths, then stop complaining. And then we won't have nothing we could talk about something else. But as long as we keep having these delusional expectations and these delusional thoughts and these dumbfounded questions that y'all just don't seem to get the answers to, acting as if you're oblivious, and then when men tell y'all what they want, y'all in denial, like, oh my God, no, that's not, no, that's not what y'all want. Y'all don't really want that. You're trying to, you asking what the problem is, but you don't really want to provide the solution when you know what the solution is. So it's just going to continuously be a problem for you, not for everybody, but for the ones who don't get it. But I want to get into this video clip. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Make sure you are hitting the like button as you come into the building, y'all. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Hey, Bella. Hi.
Hey.
All the girls got the money. What is that? Billionaire what?
Billionaire Bay.
All the fellas. Let me tell you something. Fellas, listen to me. You gotta rob a bank. I'm sorry. You just gotta rob a bank. The girls is it's too expensive. What's your name, sweetheart?
Bella. I also go by Billionaire Bay. That's my brand name.
Woo! Bella, billionaire bae. Don't play with it. How old are you?
26.
26. Where you calling me from?
Atlanta, Georgia.
ATL. And she's also gonna be live at Invest Fest. You'll be live at Invest Fest too. Bella 26 Atlanta. What do
hmm
you do for a living?
I am the nightlife financial literacy coach, and I also work in nightlife.
That sounds like fancy for something else that you could describe.
It's
You're
not. It's
say it again.
not.
What are
Huh?
you? What do you do?
The nightlife financial literacy coach. The
Okay, so
one and
you're a
only
nightlife financial
literacy
literacy.
coach. Yeah.
When did all these coaches start popping up? When did we start getting all these coaches? Everybody's a coach now. I mean, everybody is a expert on telling people how to do this and how to do that, and a lot of times they don't really be having it all together. In many cases, when did all these? What year? Tell me. Some of y'all know. Tell me what year was it? 2020 during the pandemic. When did all these coaches pop out? I'm just saying. Night call 411. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chat. Says if women don't understand what the man they want needs, expect, requires from women, why would they know where said men hang out or lounge at, child? Right. Because they don't know. Night call. Night call. There you go with your questions. They don't know, baby. They're just as confused as everybody else. Like they don't know where to find them, but they say they qualify for them. You say you want these men, you don't know where they at, where to find them, never come across them. Like it just doesn't make any sense, y'all. It's really stupid. Like I'm just sorry, for lack of better words, it's just stupid. You're asking and looking for something, and you don't know where to look. You're just as confused and lost in the sauce. And I mean, I think they know where to look. I just think they're the ones intimidated by those men and the vicinities that the men are in. That's what I think. I think they don't want to go there. They're a little frightened, a little scared, a little intimidated. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But anyway, I could be wrong. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you once again. Let's continue.
Yes. And I also work in nightlife currently.
So what do you do in nightlife?
Oh my God.
Nightlife.
I'm a dancer.
Oh,
Yep.
what kind of dancer?
Don't do that. Come on.
I don't know. Is it a ballerina?
A midnight ballerina.
A midnight ballerina. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so you're a dancer and you teach the girls how to make money?
No, I teach the girls proper financial management. So, a lot of women in nightlife has been a thing. Like, we make a lot of money, but don't know how to manage it. So, because I've been in both worlds, business and nightlife, it's like I combine the two. Like, I'm going to teach you how to manage your money correctly, how to get you an LLC, prove your income, how to scale, invest into other income streams. Yes, that's my business. The
Oh,
Nightlife Financial Literacy Coach.
the nightlife financial literacy coach.
Hmm.
I don't want to be disrespectful,
It's
but when you
okay.
say dancer, are you a stripper?
Basically, yes. I hate that term, but yes, you can say that.
Well, why y'all don't just say stripper? I mean, you don't want to say stripper? A stripper, everybody know what that is. When you say, it's like, why how can you choose to do something and be afraid to call it what it is? You're a goddamn stripper, right? And you're a nightlife stripper. You strip at night, basically, and you teach the strippers how to manage their money. I would think maybe that would help them learn how to budget and save so they don't have to keep stripping, right? That would be more optimal. Like maybe you can get out of that life. Maybe that's just your only option you feel, and you doing that, and you want to get out of it. Manage your money and invest and maybe do some other things so you don't have to keep stripping. Because there are a lot of strippers out here who looking for a man to take care of them. They want a man, but a lot of these men don't take strippers seriously. That's the problem. They're in a catch-22. It's like you're in a rock and a hard place. You want somebody, and you want somebody with standards, and you want somebody with money and somebody who's going to be what you need. But a lot of these men don't take strippers. This is the problem that these women have. The street whole life is not conducive to healthy, stable relationships. Most men, if they, which a lot of men are very honest about what they want. It's just women are the ones who are in denial, in my opinion. Most men will say what it is that they want, but women are the ones trying to shift and push a different narrative to try to change what men want or shame them into wanting something else. But men have always been consistent with what they look at as value and what they don't value. Right? It's not a new thing. It's just modern society of the bonnet crew members of society are trying to shift it and push it or shame men into accepting single mothers, accepting strippers, accepting the women from OF. They are trying to push a narrative to say, oh my God, you should want, I'm a good person. It doesn't matter. Most men do not take those women seriously. That's what it is. And you can accept it or not. And a lot of them don't want to accept it. And they're still trying. And I mean, go ahead, keep trying. But that's going to always be an issue if you're looking for something serious. Let's continue.
Okay, but okay. I was gonna say you came with the title, child. I was like, I got to dig into this title and figure out
It's
what
okay.
else.
I'm very transparent. Like if you go on my social media, I'm very transparent. So I don't mind sharing, you know?
Okay.
But if you're that transparent, you say, girl, I'm a stripper. Child, boom. I don't care who don't like it, I'm a stripper. Like, oh, I'm a nighttime ballerina. No, I'm a stripper. I strip at night and I teach the strippers how to manage their money. Boom. They're trying to make it sound like it's something high class, you know? Ain't nothing high class about busting it open and screwing everybody. I'm just saying for money. Ain't nothing high class about that in my opinion. Anyway, let's continue.
Bella, you have any kids?
No,
No kids. All right, you ever married?
no.
And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Okay, let me ask you this, because obviously this is a dating app. We're gonna feature you at Invest Fast. People looking for love. You're a
Yes.
dancer. Men throw money on you all the time.
Yes.
You're around men all the time. Why
Yes.
would a dancer be looking for a man?
Right.
Okay. Well, it's crazy because I have not been looking or wanting to date for a while until I get out the club. But then I realize I don't want to condemn myself to just being a nightlife girl. You know what I'm saying? I have a business. I have an exit plan. I know what I'm working towards. I'm just wanting the income to match my business, the nightlife income to match my business. So therefore, it's like, okay, I'm not going to say I'm not going to date because any man who sees what I have going on, sees my ambition, sees my everything I'm doing and working towards, he's going to be like, okay, cool, you got a plan. It just wants to be a nightlife. I don't want to be there, but it's what I'm doing. It's what I've been doing, and I just need the income to match, basically.
Okay, but I guess my question is: so none of the men that you meet in nightlife, they wouldn't be real options?
No, I don't want any club dude. Nope.
Girl, you in the club?
I don't care. You see, that's the thing. So a lot of women in nightlife, right? Or I'm just saying my club, for example. A lot of the women love these club dudes, but we see how they are. I don't want the scammers. I don't want the drug dealers. I don't want the rappers. I don't want the NBA players. I don't want none of that. I want me an entrepreneur, baby. Okay? I'm not interested in those type of lifestyles. Not everybody making money, but I'm also having the lifestyle in mind. I'm not finna date no drug dealer. I'm not finna date no scammer. I'm not finna date none of that because the lifestyle that comes with it, I'm not with none of that. That's why I say I'm not your average dancer. Most would be interested in those type of lifestyles, but I'm not.
Okay. So what type of job, career, the guy that you're seeking, like if you had it your way, what type of job would your man have?
Entrepreneur.
Like
High
entrepreneur, I mean
value.
entrepreneur just running a business. What kind of business?
See, it doesn't matter. As long as you're in the entrepreneur space and you're your own boss, I'm cool with that. A high value entrepreneur, not just
Yeah,
a,
but you got to but let's do this layers because you said no NBA players. You said certain careers. No NBA players, no entertainers, no scammers, a couple other things. All the things that live in the nightlife, right? So you want a
yes.
man who does not live in the life the nightlife, which I understand. You want
Hmm.
an entrepreneur, but an entrepreneur is just a person that runs a business.
Right.
Yes.
So what type of day-to-day entrepreneur are you looking for or you desire?
Run his own business. Like for example, like okay, we're in a space where we have a lot of online coaches, right?
Okay.
So that's an example.
Okay.
Someone who's it's like as long as you're an entrepreneur running your own business, I'm cool with that. Like you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to learn from you as I'm in that same space and I'm building my business as well. So as long as you're running your own shit, honestly,
Okay. Let me ask you
yeah.
this though.
Uh
Just
huh.
like your turn.
But that's so like, you know, it's what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? That just because somebody is an entrepreneur doesn't mean and then let's see when Kendra asked her how much money does he have to make a certain amount of money because being you can anybody can be an entrepreneur but it doesn't mean they make money. A lot of entrepreneurs are broke. Their business doesn't bring any revenue in. Sometimes they lose more money than they make. So just because you just want to be an entrepreneur, you can be an entrepreneur on paper, but don't make any money. Is that okay? And a lot of times, and this is something Kevin Samuels used to point out too, that a lot of these women don't even know what type of careers make the money that they're looking for. And so they just oh well just an entrepreneur. Okay. So you meet an entrepreneur and he's still broke. Is that okay? So you got to be specific. It's not you got to be a little bit more in depth about what type of what you're really they don't be knowing though. I don't think they be knowing. Nightcall 411 says, Dee, I'm not a player, a pimp, but a collector of female energies, aka energy collector. Okay. I got you. Thank you, Nightcall 411, an energy collector. Okay. I think this is my first time hearing somebody say that. All right. Thank you, Nightcall. I appreciate you. Irving Hunt says, billionaire stripper. Men don't want that for long term. Exactly, Irvin. Thank you, Irvin, for the super chat. I appreciate you. 87 Stephen X says, I bet she has a pole in her living room. Probably do. They got to practice somewhere, 87 Stephen X. Child, probably do. Most of them do. That's how they practice. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. What's going on, Boxman G? Yeah. Anyway, let's continue.
Turned off by certain career professions. Like you said, I don't want no drug dealer. I don't want no rapper. I don't want no NBA player, all those things. Do you think being a dancer may turn you off to certain entrepreneurial men?
Yeah, and honestly, it's expected because, and that's honestly the reason why I haven't been dating. Like, I'm literally just starting to date for real. But then I also realized, like, okay, now that I'm in this space, I'm also meeting a lot of people that's in the entrepreneurial space and having a lot of conversations with my guy friends. Once they know that their woman is working towards more, or once they're on a specific path, they're okay with where they're at because they know where they're headed. That's why it's like, I'm not going to call myself, oh, I'm a dancer. No, I'm a businesswoman. I know where I'm headed. I know where I'm getting to. And I'm just this close to exiting out the club because I don't want to be in the club. But I just need the money to match that. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
So, yeah. So I understand a high value entrepreneur, they're going to meet a regular dancer who's just dancing. And if she has no ambitions, no goals, no plans, not working towards anything, and she said, this is my career, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, Shorty, I'm good off you. You know what I'm saying? But I know where I'm at. So I know I got a lot that I have going on. I know where I'm at. I know where I'm going. So
No,
I
I mean,
believe.
there's women that made the transition. I mean, Cardi B made the transition. She was once a
Exactly.
stripper. Eve was once a stripper, made the transition. I'm trying to think. They say, the difference and the stripping for the women are the drug dealers. As we know, Jay-Z very early on
Yeah.
sold drugs, made the transition. So it is
Hmm.
possible. I mean, we do have some examples of people who started in those spaces and transitioned to legitimate
Hmm.
professions. Yes. Okay. All right. So Bella 26. So I forget. I asked you what kind of guy you're looking for, right?
Not, no.
Okay, let's
Well,
start
kind
there.
of.
Let's just start from the top. Bella 26, in Atlanta. What's your zodiac?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. I can't read my own handwriting.
The comments got me
She's
crying.
a nightlife literacy coach.
The
Oh, not
nightlife
nightlife
financial literacy
financial
coach.
literacy coach.
And I cater to the nightlife girls because I have, experience in the space. So I see what's missing, what can be added on to really help girls make that transition from just a hustler to a CEO mindset or a business owner.
So
So
you said that you have an exit plan. How much longer do you think you would have to dance for?
a couple months.
Oh, so you'll retire from dancing this year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, how long?
That's what I'm saying. Like my plan is there. It's already in motion. I've been doing this for a couple years. I just need the money to match consistently.
Now, how long have you been dancing for?
Since 2021. No. 2019 was the first time I started dancing, but I haven't became full time with it until about 2023.
So for 3 years. So you had a 3-year plan. You'll be able to exit away from that way.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And throughout my time, it hasn't been solely dancing. Like I feel like once I stepped into entrepreneurship, dancing allowed me to really thrive in entrepreneurship and understand like different businesses and where I want to be. Because my
Right. What are they? I mean, why is it? What? Okay. I think being an entrepreneur is great, but okay, is it going to be in coaching? What field is she planning on going into? Is I would be curious. It's not, they say entrepreneurship as if it's just one blanket, one thing. Like it's a business that you create yourself, which a lot of times is harder than working for someone. Like, so what realm of entrepreneurship is she trying to go into? Because a majority of people who enter into or people who become entrepreneurs don't make it. They talk and speak as if it's like, oh, like what are you specifically trying to do and what type of money are you trying to make and what area, what field? It's still a field or a category that you have to go into. Is it maybe it's the coaching thing since she's doing the nightlife coaching? Maybe that's what she wants to go into. A lot of those businesses fail. They don't make money. It's only a small percentage of them that actually, make a substantial amount of consistent income. And so you have to be specific as to what type of business you're trying to get into. You know what I'm saying? And also understand that you may have to work as well so that you can maintain that because it doesn't just happen overnight. It takes time. But anyway, hopefully she can get that going since she wants to get out of the stripping business. I get it. And I think I think that's a good thing. At least she's trying to build herself up to move on to something that's better outside of that. I think that I don't think that that's bad. But yeah, let's continue.
My first time being a dancer, I was starting a business doing hair. Then I got into like teeth whitening. Then I got into Airbnb. Then I got into
So you're just
the
a natural hustler. Like you
yeah,
got
like
you got
I'm
money.
hustling and I just need that one thing to take off because dancing was never my final destination. It's always like a stepping stone. You get what I'm saying? So
Gotcha. Okay. Well, you gave us the backstory. She a woman with a plan. So now
All right. So what is the one thing that's gonna help it take off? Is that a man? Is she looking for a man for his resources to help it take off, or what? What's the one thing that needs to make it take off? Let's continue. Hit the like button, y'all.
let's get to it. What kind of man you looking for, Bella?
I'm looking for an ambitious, loving, intentional, genuine, confident man who's very, genuinely kind, really good with communication. Definitely someone who is very thoughtful and intentional because I'm a hopeless romantic. Definitely not comfortable living the average lifestyle because the lifestyle I'm working towards is extraordinary. Working towards a lifestyle that many people may not even experience. So I need to know that you up through there too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Someone who is definitely understanding that you have to invest into your personal development and your growth because we are wanting to become the better versions of ourselves and the best version of ourselves. So I'm doing the work and my man needs to be doing the work too, basically.
Ooh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. What are your deal breakers?
My deal breakers: lacks accountability, not consistent, and I would say not intentional. um, yeah, those are a few. I'm trying to think of some more, but those are a few.
When women say not intentional, intentional in what? I mean, there's certain things that you would be intentional about. Like what specific? They don't give a lot of specifics. I think there's just certain talking points that people use, but you have to be very intentional about what specific things. Like, you know what I mean? This is how you know when I hear a lot of these women or anybody talk, you know, I understand a lot of these women don't understand relationships and men because they haven't really been in them. When you've been in a relationship for a long time, there's a lot of things you learn. You know, you learn the nature of men, you learn the ins and outs of it. You know how to you learn things. You learn that you got to be intentional about whatever it is you're trying to focus on or work on. You learn that communication is key. You learn that these superficial things don't matter. It's certain things I could pick up on when I hear certain words or hear people talk. And it lets me know right away that a lot of these women are not experienced when it comes to relationships. And even when I hear young women say things that just don't make any sense, I could tell you don't have enough experience to know. And this is why you're not in a relationship and why you'll have a hard time in one because you don't really know what's important. When you've been in a long-term relationship, you know what bullshit is. You know what's important. You know when to shut up, when to speak. You know what to say, what not to say. You learn this stuff. You know what a relationship is supposed to look like. What your role is, what you're supposed to be doing, how to show up for that person, how that person should show. Like these are things you learn because you've been in it consistently. When people are in and out of situationships and just playing around, you're not learning anything. You don't have the time in to really understand how to make that thing work. And this is why and people are just confused and selfish, and they walking around saying all these things, and they think they know what they're talking about, but they can't get the results because you really don't know what the hell you're talking about. And this is why I think when people talk about folks who are giving advice on dating and relationships and you don't have the outcome you're telling, that's a big deal to me. I think anybody could tell you what they believe and what they think, and that's your opinion, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's really going to boil down to what actually works. What the outcomes are. And if you don't have the outcome and you never get the outcome, I don't see how, in my mind, I could sit there and just take everything that you say seriously when you don't have the outcomes you're telling everybody else. It's something behind that. The same way, the same thing that makes a difference between a person who has experience in, fixing cars versus a person who doesn't. You're not going to go and send your car to a mechanic shop with a person who has never worked on vehicles and don't know what the hell they're doing. You wouldn't do that. You want to go to the person who knows what they're doing. That could be Mr. Jimmy. That could be, Carl's Auto Shop. And the people there know what they're doing because they have the experience behind them and they fixed your car before and they did a good job and you keep going back. But if you wouldn't send your vehicle to somebody who has no experience because they might jack your car up. So you're not going to do that. So there is something to be said about a person who is giving advice from experience, who understands ins and outs of relationships, ups and downs, the good, the bad, have gone through the process and still standing strong and not giving up and not breaking up. There's a lot to be said about that. And I think a lot of people want to dismiss that because people are out here making money off of this and, and they just want to keep being able to do that. But I think when you're really serious about establishing a relationship, a real relationship with a person, you need to be getting advice from people who actually have that. There's no way in hell I would be taking relationship, marriage advice from somebody who doesn't have a marriage and never had one. I just couldn't do it because I remember being younger. When you're young, you have all of these opinions and you have all of these ideas about a relationship and what you will and what you won't do and what people should do. And you're very opinionated when you're super young. That's because you haven't gone through anything. When you start living life and you start going through some stuff and you start experiencing things, it's not quite like what you thought before you went through it. Experience is the best teacher, in my opinion. Now, you can give opinions and advice if you want to, that's fine. But I'm saying, to me, going through it, there's so many things that I said before I was married that I thought a relationship should be like, and then getting married and then going through it, all of that changes. That changes. Your whole perspective changes because it's easier to talk about it while you're outside of it. But once you get in it, oh man, and you establish a life with a person and you start having children, your perspective changes. It doesn't. And the older you get, you start realizing it is not quite the way you thought it was before you experience all of these things. Things change. Your perspectives change because you're going through it and you realize it's not as cut and dry as people like to make it. And to me, the first thing you recognize when an inexperienced person is talking, you could definitely tell because you've been there. There's you hear a lot of people say, damn, when I was young, I was either men who say, oh, I was arrogant. This is what I thought. And they say some crazy shit. And then once you start experiencing life and experiencing it and you're deep in with a person, your whole perspective changes. It's not the same because it's not that cut and dry. That's what experience does to you. It shows you a different path, a different perspective, a different outcome, a different feeling. You realize, oh no, because I heard this young woman talking, which I'm gonna react to that video where she was saying, oh well, if you're in a relationship with somebody, just leave. If it's not good, it's just leave. Any little problem, if they don't do it, just leave. It's not that easy to always leave when you're locked in. And if it's not something that's detrimental and like abuse and things like that, when you care, when your feelings are involved, it's not that easy just to leave. Like you more or less want to work it out. You didn't get into a relationship and put your all into it just to leave as soon as it gets bumpy. It doesn't work like that. You'll never have anything substantial if you did that. If you just walk away from every little problem that you have, you're going to be by yourself forever to the end. It doesn't work like that. And this is why a lot of these young people are out here looking and confused and wondering and they're just sitting out here looking lost and confused because the older you get, you realize that method is just going to keep you by yourself. And a lot of times, people walk away from something that could have been good because it was a little bumpy and you don't want to go through anything. No, and then in life is ebbs and flows. Life is going through shit. You go through stuff in life. So a relationship is no different. So I just think a lot of people got it twisted. Night call 411. Lorenzo says, hey, Eddie, are you open about doing counseling sessions for couples? Yes, Lorenzo, I would be interested in that. Yep. Night call, thank you for the super chat, says the majority of women expects a man to teach them how to be in a relationship. Yeah, that's stupid. That's dumb, Night call. I don't think you should be looking for a man to teach you how to be in a relationship. If anything, I think y'all can grow together and y'all learn together, but just straight up looking for a man to teach you, no, that's something you should be trying to figure out on your own. and then you work with the person. But yeah, just straight no. That's crazy to me. Thank you, Nightcall 411. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's just crazy. Let's continue. But then they always saying, I don't want to teach a man how to be a man. I can't teach you how to be a man. Well, he can't teach you how to be a woman. He can't teach you how to be in a relationship. You need to learn that on your own. And I will say once again, when you're young, y'all learn together. The problem is there are a lot of women who think that they're experts, even though they haven't been in a relationship. They think that they know it all. They think because they went to college and got a degree that they didn't know that they had know they know the ins and outs and everything about a man and relationship. They think they the queen bees of relationships, even though they don't have a relationship. And so they think that they're superior over men, and you're not. And then as soon as men check that and let them know what it is, they get mad, and now you're defensive and mad. Let's continue.
Those are a few. Okay. Should he? Well, I'm about to get there already. Let me just ask this question. There's 2 questions before this one, but I guess my mind wants to ask it. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Okay, so for me, I wouldn't say it's like a specific number. It's more so of like, okay, I tend to be attracted to men who are a little further in life than I am, because I want to be able to learn from you, grow with you, build with you. I want you to be able to teach me something. So I wouldn't say it's the money, but it's more so of like the lifestyle. You do want me to put a number on it?
You don't have to, but what's the I mean, you can give a number or not. You don't have to give the number, but I
Mm-hmm.
guess when you say a lifestyle, what type of lifestyle? Can you give me a week in a life of the lifestyle we're talking about?
Okay, so I'm somebody, I want to be able to do what I want when I want, whenever I want to do it. So, for example, if I say, let's listen, you know, I want to go on a trip tomorrow. Let's take a trip out the country tomorrow. Book a flight right now. Let's go. I want us to be able to be driving the flyest cars. I want us to be able to give back to the people that we love. I want us to be able to do literally any and every single thing that we want to do. So I'm chasing millionaire, billionaire status for myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, duh. I don't know why I forgot. It says literally right in our face, billionaire.
Yeah.
So,
Manifestation.
so would you date a man that made less than you, or he has to make more?
I'm not dating a man that's making less than me.
Okay, so you want a man with a billionaire mindset, bare minimum million.
And see, this goes back. This is what I was looking for, because this goes back to when she said an entrepreneur. Like, you don't know what type of field he's in. You don't know how much money he makes. So he could make less than you. I told you, a lot of these women are confused. They're confused as all outdoors. Earlier, she said she don't care what he does as long as he's in an entrepreneur space. Okay, that doesn't mean money. That doesn't mean you got a lot of money because you're an entrepreneur. So that's why you have to be specific of what type of man you're looking for. But to be fair, most entrepreneurs, most men with money, and she's not a bad looking chick, but what she does and how she's talking, that's gonna that's not a something that most of those men would be looking for. I'm just saying. And so that's why she's on here, because she's having a hard time finding it. You know what I mean? A lot of those men want to play around with her, but they're not going to take her. Pretty much, they won't take her seriously. And I think, it's a dilemma that a lot of women are going to face. The most people in this country are not rich. Most people are average. Most people are working together. Most husband and wives both work. It's a small percentage of millionaires and even a smaller percentage of billionaires out here. And so if it was that easy for everybody to get into that space, you would have more of them. And I think a lot of these women are delusional, and they're going to realize it, but they'll realize it when it's too late. And this is why they're looking for that man, because they're having a hard time getting to that status themselves. So they're looking for a man to give them their lifestyle. And a lot of these men are far too familiar with what these women are looking for, and they want no parts of it. The high value men that these women would consider high value men are very familiar with what these women are looking for, and they want no parts of it. This is why it's so hard for them to find it, because these men ain't looking for no woman who looking for them to come up off of them. That's some old school stuff. They're not doing it. They're not doing it, and this is why they be trying to trap them with babies, trying to sue them and lie on them and all this to get a bag out of them that way, because they're not giving it. They're not doing that like that. Nightcall says, Dee, your thoughts with manifesting in relationships. What do you mean? Like manifesting how in a relationship? Let me know, Nightcall. Thank you for the super chat. Your thoughts with manifesting in relationships. What do you mean manifesting in relationships? Manifesting what? Expound, Nightcall. Thank you for the super chat. Let's continue.
millionaire mindset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Okay.
Like, you gotta be like, if I say, I want to say a number and then they chew me up, but it's like, if I say a number, like, I want you to be in the high six figures, millions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And have you dated a guy in those positions?
Yes.
And what happened?
Okay, the most recent guy, I stopped dating him because I wasn't okay with him being into polygamy. Yeah. But
So
he could.
you want a millionaire billionaire mindset with monogamy.
Yes, but then it's also, I'm realizing, because it's like, okay, being in two different worlds, I'm literally two different lives, nightlife and business life. I'm in, like, ATL is big on entrepreneurship, right? So the circle I'm in that network of the entrepreneurs who are really going up with their businesses, and I'm realizing I don't think it's realistic.
Oh
Because I
shit,
thought at first it was only like the nightlife men who are just like, I can't be
girl.
with one girl. But it's both worlds, honestly. I'm seeing it's like, I just think men who make a lot of money, I don't know if it's realistic for them to be monogamous for the rest of their life.
Why you still?
But I'm still
Well,
learning, so I don't know. But
well,
from
here's the reality.
experience,
We're talking about options and numbers, right?
hmm,
And the way our world has changed.
yeah,
So now, look, you're in Atlanta, I'm in California. We're having this very seamless conversation. Our world got smaller. We're all connected, especially via
hmm,
social media. So what it comes down to, again, I always say this. I don't like high value because I don't think it's because you have money or attractive, you could be high value.
Okay, they talking too long. It ain't that deep. It's very, very simple. Look, men with options, with money, they gonna use their options. They're gonna do what they want to do. If you want to get on their program, you go ahead and do that. It doesn't make sense for men with options to just have one woman, and that's what they keep running into. But you running into that, and you still looking for it. Like it's all of a sudden gonna change. I don't understand that. It's a lot of things that these women that got going against them. You have more going against you than you have going for you. You're in the stripper world. You're a stripper. Most men don't take strippers seriously. They look at you as, oh, having fun with you, and they'll pay you to do that, and then that's it. Then they move on to the next. That's it. As far as serious relationships, building with somebody, that ain't gonna happen. Because a lot of the men, you don't want to build with somebody. You want a man already at the finish line. You want him to build you up. You don't want to build with him. You don't literally want to get with somebody and y'all work and start together. No, she's looking for somebody in the high six figures, somebody who's making good money. That's not you building with them. You want them to give you money to help your business, to lend you a helping hand. That's not building with a man. And a lot of these men don't want to do that. They've already established themselves, built themselves. They're not going to pour into you when they don't, a lot of these men don't even trust these types of women anyway. They don't trust the field that you in. They don't trust you. They don't know what type of woman you are. What's your body count? Who you been sleeping with? You've been around all these celebrities. Like, they don't trust that. They'll let you be a part of their roster, and that's it. And I think a lot of these women, you're in the wrong field. You're in the wrong headspace. You're trying to do too much. A lot of these men don't want no entrepreneur woman in the first place. They don't want a woman they know that these women are trying to use them for their money to build themselves. They're not going to put nothing in your name. They're not going to get you a business and pay for it. You're going to have to do that yourself, sis. Is it Kamai? Kamai 27. Thank you for the super chat. It says, told you, double talking heifer. Oh my God. Thank you for the super chat, Kamai. I hope I'm saying your name right. Yeah, it's not going to make any sense. It's not going to make any sense. Irving Hunt says delusion at its best. Exactly. It doesn't. It's never going to make sense. Because it doesn't make sense, and you can't make it. You know what I'm saying? And you see a new young woman every day coming up with the same talking points. Nobody is telling these women, this ain't it, honey. It ain't working. All these old bras out here all by themselves. It ain't working for them. It ain't working for the celebrity women. I need a man to take me shopping who knows who and what I am. It ain't working for them. It ain't, they old, and then that's it. You ran out of opportunities. You don't have all those options anymore. And that's just what it is. Live the best of your days and enjoy your life, because that's it. These men are not falling for it. This is 2026. These men ain't trying to give y'all no helping hand and give y'all money and build y'all business. They not trying to do that. If you're not a woman that understands the nature of a man, and that you gonna get on his program, and that you're not out here trying to be an entrepreneur, that you're happy to be somebody's wife and raise the kids and all of that. If he is a man of means, then if you're not trying to be on his program, these men are aware. All these men are aware of the nature of these modern women. So they don't they getting the memo late. Somebody should let the Binding Crew Society members of America understand that, baby, you gotta stop with that. Switch it up. Switch it up. That ain't working. The men know, they know, they know what's going on. They not trying to build your business up. They know that y'all, and then you get your business built up and then you move on and you go to somebody else. Cause that's, no, these men ain't trying to do that. Thank you, Irvin. They not trying to do it. Let's continue.
You could be a no value person and have those attributes. But high demand, absolutely, because a lot of women desire it. So what you're talking about is a man that's in high demand with a lot of women. So the question
Exactly.
becomes, why do I cut every woman off for you? Like, what makes you so
Exactly.
special out of all the other hustling girls, pretty girls that
Mm-hmm.
want me? Why do I cut them? Like, that's the mindset. And you have to figure out, if you want that man, you got to figure out the answer.
That's true. And then it's also like sometimes a woman could be doing everything and not saying it's not enough for a man, but also sometimes they just have that, I just want to dibble and dabble. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me say this. I don't condone it. I don't condone it.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful men have been cheating since the end of time. I said this one time at a panel, and it did not do well, so I don't say it anymore because out of respect for the black community, and I
Mm-hmm.
love being black. But I will say it just in this one moment. Martin Luther King cheated.
Like, I didn't expect you to say that.
Martin Luther King cheated. He did.
Yes.
And listen, I don't talk about that often because I know, listen, I am a product of Martin Luther King sacrificing his life, and I am very grateful. I am, but I think I have to say this just to enlighten. We're not talking about anything new. The new thing is this: the social media, the access. See, back then it was
Exactly.
quiet. It
It's
was a certain,
crazy.
it was certain type of respect that you had. It wasn't in your face. You didn't have to worry about a girl DMing you. You didn't, like, none of those things happened. So now what's happening? And then also the world didn't really necessarily know if your man did something, you found out at the funeral. If your
Mm-hmm.
woman did something, nobody ever found out. You just keep it, because we talk about men cheating a lot, but women cheat too.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're dealing with now is everybody's in your business. So
Exactly.
how do you stay with the man when the whole world knows he cheated on you or he has a kid? Like, that's the difference that's pretty much happening then. And the other difference is women like you who do well financially. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of those men were able to control the dynamic financial wise because
Mm-hmm.
whoever the wife didn't really have means. She didn't have money to leave. Even if she wanted to leave, she couldn't financially leave. The world didn't accept her as a leaving with kids and divorce. We have progressed in so many ways. So now we're dealing with Bella, who's
Mm-hmm.
26
Mm-hmm.
and on a trajectory to be a million, might already be a millionaire, but if not, close to it. But that ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna be enough. She wants billions, and now she wants a monogamous partner that's just like her.
Yes. Is that unrealistic? Because it sounds unrealistic when you say it all together, but
Yeah, it's unrealistic, ma'am. It is very unrealistic. You don't have that many billionaires out here um who are marrying strippers and, you know what I'm saying, entrepreneurs. Like, a man with that type of money don't want you out there like that. They're not no, that ain't happening. That is very unrealistic. And my thing is this: you waste a lot of women waste a lot of time focusing on something that you may never get, instead of focusing on trying to get what you can get and build up on that. You're out here looking for something that is a small percentage of people thinking that you are somehow the exception, and they let these rappers and these people, city girls, boost their heads up and make them think that this is something that they can acquire, when many people don't. And then you waste a lot of your years chasing behind something that only ends you up getting raw dogged and spit out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
damn, girl,
Well,
that's what
I
I
would say this.
want.
This is what I will say, and this is why I say here as a journalist, not as a relationship expert. Not all men cheat that do very well. So let me get that out. Let me get that out. Let me get that
Mm-hmm.
out. I'm not saying if a man is a millionaire, billionaire, he's cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Likely he has a lot of options. But what I have learned is this is what I've seen. The men who get to those heights and are faithful, they usually end up with the woman that helped them build it.
Yeah.
Like, she's the girl that was there when he had nothing. Like, he knows that if it all went away, I know about, in my head, I'm thinking of 3 guy friends that are millionaires. And I mean, they had their playtime, but their playtime is over with. But they're married to women who were with them when they had nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're millionaires now, but the woman who's their wife is the woman that when they had nothing was there. So I think that what's happening is I don't play to be God, so I never say anything as absolute. But it's going to be a challenge only because, see, you comment like all the women that call me tonight pretty much do well financially. So, and remember, like the first lady we had, she's like, I'm not asking for anything I don't provide. And I, as a woman,
Exactly.
get that. So I'm
Yeah.
not logically, I want all women to know I get it. If you do well financially, you got $300,000 in the bank, you just asking for a man to make 300K because that's what you make. As a woman, I understand. The disconnect is the man's mindset to that same sentence. He's going to be in high demand to a lot of women, and he may choose a woman that does not make what you make.
Yeah.
More than likely, he might the woman who doesn't make what you make, because then he can have more control and he can impress her more, because now she's receiving all the things that you can get on your own via him, and
Yeah.
that strokes his ego, that makes him feel like a man. So that's why sometimes that the guy that can't financially afford you chooses a woman that makes.
Well, see, this whole talking point of you do the role of the woman is out of order. You know, you got a lot of these boss chick independent women who are out here trying to stomp the ground and chase the bag, and you're forgetting the place what your role would normally be. If you want a successful man who's financially stable, then he knows his role is to potentially take care of a wife and a family. That's what the goal of the man. That's why the role of the man is to work and become financially stable, because it was the idea that, oh, he has to take on a wife and a family. He has to make enough money to be able to do that. Buy a house for his family, make sure that the kids can go to good schools or whatever your goals are. But for women, there was no specific goal as to what your role was supposed to be when you become this, be like the man. So women wanted equality to be like a man or better. So now that y'all have that role, y'all still are looking for the traditional role from a man. The problem is we don't have traditional women. Y'all are modern women still looking for traditional men. If you believe that women have changed, women can have bank accounts, women have progressed financially, y'all are entrepreneurs, then you got to understand that because that is a change dynamic, then the role and the way men move is going to change as well, because the women are not the same. You can no longer expect a traditional man who would come in, already worked hard, built himself up, and you want him to come in and take you on and help you with your business, your entrepreneur endeavors. You want him to not, you don't want him to come in and get you and you become the wife and the stay-at-home wife and the mother for the kids and raise the kids. No, y'all are expecting men who have always wanted traditional women and had traditional values to treat you with them same traditional values while you are not a traditional woman. That is the real gag. They going all in circles and talking this shit. The problem is these women are not traditional. Bottom line, modern women want traditional men. Traditional men want traditional women. This is why any man, because most men are looked at as the protectors and the providers. That's their role. The role of the women don't want anymore. They don't want to be housewives. They don't want to just be relegated to the house and taking care of the kids and taking care of their husband. They want to be entrepreneurs. They want to be boss chicks like boss men. You want to be out working, chasing the bag, chasing the payment, getting to the money, but you getting to the money, but you still want a man to get to provide all his resources, even though you getting to the money, and you still want a lifestyle from him while you still getting to the money. So what you're doing, you're cutting out the things that he would benefit from by having a housewife, having a woman at the house, taking care. That's all they want. They want a traditional feminine woman who's going to take care of the household so they don't have to worry about that. Make his life easier. No, y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to chase a bag, but you still want his bag. That's why it's not working. Women have changed to become masculine, independent entrepreneurs, and men have always wanted traditional women. They still standing there, want traditional women, and the women change. So now the men are just pushing back against what y'all created. They don't want that. No matter all this going through and talking all this, all this bullshit going in circles, it ain't it. The bottom line is these men don't want these masculine boss chicks. That's it. That's it. And for the life of me, y'all, For the life of me, y'all. I don't understand why is it, what is the whole point of you getting to the bag and becoming a billionaire so that you can take care of yourself as a woman, so you don't need a man. But then you turn around, if you made $1 billion, then you still want a man. And guess what? You still expect him to make more than what you make? What? That's the problem. This is why a lot of these women will be single. Ain't no man falling for that. These men aren't falling for that. I wouldn't either. You know, I wouldn't tell my sons to go out and go get a woman, a boss chick chasing the bag. Hell no. Let her keep chasing the bag. And if you wanted to take care of yourself, take care of yourself. Why do y'all still... See, they want to attach themselves to a man with money so that they can use him. That's it. You want to use a man to build yourself up and then go off and say you did it by yourself. And it's not that you want him. If you can see an opportunity or you can use somebody, you can be in a position to use a man who has resources, you will. And use him, drain him dry, and then you go off and build yourself up and claim you did it by yourself and still be looking for another man to come in and take care of you. Y'all don't need men to take care of y'all. I don't understand it. It just doesn't make any sense, y'all. It's the stupidest thing ever. It really don't make sense at all. Irving Hunt, thank you for the super chat. Says, I need more pet food stock after listening to her. I know that's right. Hell, I was telling my husband, shit, hell, we need help. Right. We need to do that too. Hell, it's just, that's what it's going to be. Y'all going to be left alone with y'all dogs and y'all cats. Cats licking y'all down or whatever. Because, you know, people be doing some strange things with them animals, baby. I'm just saying. They get desperate, child. I saw this video of this one lady. She was, baby, she had that cat in her bed, honey. And I don't know what the hell she was doing with that cat. Just nasty. Thank you, Urban Hunt. I appreciate you. Classy, what's going on, Classy? Classy Young Man 35. Thank you for the super chat. Says, I asked my colleague at work, was she trying to provide for a man? She said no. I said, this is why men don't care about your money. Exactly. It's like, come on, you don't even want to go 50-50. You don't want to meet them halfway. You don't want to do anything. So why would men acquiesce to that? Why would a man go for you? No, that don't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense. You know, and they're out here trying to get billionaire status, but they want your help. You want a millionaire man so he can help you become that, teach you something. Every time I hear the same old talking points. Oh, I need a man who's going to teach me something. Teach me what you've learned so I can get it. And then once I get it, I can walk away from you. You know, it's dumb. It doesn't make no type of sense. Thank you, Classy Man. Classy Young Man 35. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Don't make no sense. Night Call 411 once again says, if traditions oppression, why want trad men? See, it's only oppression when it comes to women, but for a man, that's what they expect you to do. See, that's where the double standards come in. You know, it's oppression for women because women, you know, you don't want to be relegated to the house. Oh my God, men get more out of us. Men benefit more from marriage than we do, but y'all want to get married. A lot of them try to get married. If marriage and being a traditional woman is oppression, right? Good point. Then why you want a man to be right? So wouldn't that be oppression for him? Why are you still expecting him to pay all of the bills in this economy? In this economy, you still expecting a man to pay all the bills, how expensive everything is, and you get into the bag and you make money and he got to make more than you so he can pay it all? Like y'all got to be batshit crazy. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. I mean, batshit crazy. It's just, what's going on, Frank G Life? How are you? Marlo L. No, they're not going to give me a headache. Baby, because once I get off this, once I finish talking about this, I go relax. They ain't giving me no headache. Child, because it's just batshit crazy. I just recognize it. It don't make no sense, you know. And I really be wishing people could get it, but you can't. I always say, look, you can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink. Can't make them drink the water and get the knowledge. It's so educated in one sense. The other areas, you're just batshit crazy, don't know shit. I'm just saying, you know. Classy Young Man says, remember Kendra almost married a scammer? Right. But you know, a lot of them like scammers. A lot of these women want scammers. You know, that's quick money to them. I'm like, child, but then when you're in jail, then you're trying to hide and don't want people to know that you was fooling with a scammer. Like, come on, why y'all want, I don't make no sense. A lot of, you'll be surprised how many women like drug dealers and scammers. They don't care. That's fast money. Then when they locked up, they be like, oh, whatever. I'm like, come on. They be talking a lot of bullshit and it just be dumb. It's just dumb. Dirt 919 TV says, thank you for everything you do for this space. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate the super chat. Shout out to you. I appreciate it. 87 Stephen X says they want men to act like old TV sitcom dads while acting like Vivica A. Fox. That's funny. Wait, I'm visualizing that. Old sitcom TV dads while they act like Vivica Fox. Wait, what old sitcom dad? I don't know why when you said that I'm thinking about the dad from Urkel for some reason. I don't know why Carl Winslow. Why Carl Winslow came to my mind when you said that? I don't know why Carl Winslow came to my mind. I don't know why. But that's crazy. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Oh, Lord, y'all. Y'all be having me cracking up. Divine Photos, thank you for the super chat. It says, women want the best of everything and the worst of nothing. Exactly. If she was a billionaire, she wouldn't need a ghetto dating show. So she's broke. Right. Well, yeah, right. Yeah, she's manifesting that. How many times I've heard they done slacked up on the manifesting, but I've heard that so much. They want to manifest this man, and you want a man to fest up his money so you can get what you want. That's the type of manifesting y'all want. You want a man's resources to fester up for you. That's what you want. That's all they want a man for. You, because you ready to make a move and you tired of where you at. So now you're going to try to finesse a man to manifest your business and pour into you. Every time you hear a woman say you want a man to pour into, run. I swear to God, run. When a woman says, I need a man to pour into, girl, I'm going to pour you into you, all right. Tell them that I'll pour into you, all right. It won't be with money, though. If you want me to pour something else into you, maybe tell her that. I'll pour something into you, all right. That's it. But it ain't gonna be the goddamn money. Thank you, Divine Photos. I appreciate you. Ish Talking says, Cat Lives Matter, child. Are we gonna have to start calling the ASPCA on these boss chicks? Baby. Maybe. Yeah, that's a good one. Shit. You might. They're delusional though. And she seems nice enough. And that's what I'm saying. It could be nice young people, but they're just misguided. They don't really have the real information. Thank you, Ish Talk, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, it's just a hot mess. But let's finish this, y'all. Let's continue.
Not even what you make at all.
Yeah. And I hate that even in this case, like a lot of women are dimming down the standards. But it's like not even purposely, because some are just really young and don't know, and I mean, I'm young too, but I just feel like I'm much mature for my age. Everybody tells me this. But when it comes to this, it's like, dang, like women just be accepting anything. Like he not doing nothing. And it's like if a lot of women are continuing to accept the bare minimum, that's why a lot of men are like, okay, I can just go over here with her because you got all these boundaries, you got all of this, you got all these standards, you're doing this, you're doing that. I'm gonna just, slide on over here and I'll be good.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I still stand that the woman will always be the prize, but I will also
Amen.
say women don't act like the prize.
Now, this young lady is 26. Kendra is in her 40s. You would think, and shout out to Kendra, but Kendra should have a little bit more wisdom than that. Like, this is a 26-year-old. Somebody needs to tell this woman, no, it's about your expectations are unrealistic. This is why I say the older women, if you're out here in these spaces as an older woman, you need to be able to teach the younger women a better way. It's like one and the same. The older women think just like the younger women. There's no wisdom and knowledge that the older women have to teach the younger women. Y'all are all on the same goddamn page. Still saying the same thing. The woman is the prize, but women got all this money and you still want a man to be the prize. You still want a man to make more than you. You still want him to pay all the bills. You still want to give you a lifestyle, but you the prize? Make it make sense. If you the prize, why you don't need a man? Okay, but why you need a man to pay your bills and pay all your shit and do all this? That don't make no sense. If you really the prize and you got it like that, you wouldn't be looking for a man to pay your bills and give you all this shit. If you could take your own trips, if you could pay your own bills, you could do all this. Why don't you continuously do it? You would be looking for other things in a man and not money and finances and trips and a lifestyle. You would have that on lock. It shouldn't matter if he comes into your life and he's showing you love and he's treating you well and he's presenting you right and he's your protector and he has all, because qualities that a person has, it goes beyond your body and the money that you present. All they do is, I'm so sick and tired of it. This is why I don't be talking about it as much, because it's like all they talk about is money. That's all they give a damn about is finances. A man brings more to the table than just money. The same way a woman should bring more to the table than just her body. All they reduce it to is coochie, raw dogging, and money. That's it. Raw dogging, coochie, and money. Y'all don't know nothing else but raw dogging, coochie, and money. That's it. Because you be out here raw dogging for the money. That's it. You don't understand what value a man brings to the table, but you want a man to understand your value and your worth. When a lot of times your worth ain't really that much because you'd have been ran through, and you don't want it. You mad because they're not accepting you because of that. You got 3 full-time baby daddies, and you ran through and all that, but you still know your worth. And so because you know your worth, or you think you know your worth, now all of the expectations are on him. Now you got to pay more for something that don't even qualify for what his standards are. It just doesn't make sense. The older women are not setting good examples for the younger ones. They're right on in line and in step with, oh, hey, the woman's the prize. Yeah, but you still want a man who makes more than you and take care of you and do all this shit. And you want to just go off to the sunset and be outside and a boss chick and nobody can't tell you shit. Like, y'all, this attitude and this boss chick stuff is ruining all of it. It just don't make any sense. And they just find themselves. That's why they by themselves. This is why you see so many educated women, so many so-called successful women single. Because ain't no man trying to deal with you. Ain't no man. And then a lot of them don't be that cute if we really gonna be honest. A lot of these women who have these attitudes and they boss chick, a lot of them be ugly. They don't be all that cute. Y'all don't be the most beautiful looking women. You don't even be beautiful and you don't even be a top tier woman when it comes to looks. You don't even be the most attractive. Y'all, they be ugly, attitude with money, and no man don't be interested in you like that. The men don't even look at you and be like, she look good. Hey, I risk going broke for her. No, they don't. You be the most below average looking woman in the face. And you just slap a wig and some makeup on and you think you gotta put your money in front. Cause ain't nothing else is adding up. Ain't a whole bunch of men running chasing behind you because you just that bad, meaning good. You really look good. You really got a natural beauty, and you just, oh my God, all the men looking like, damn, I would love a chance with her. You ain't half of them don't even have that. So you got like a man who's, it's like a shit. And I hate to say this, but it's like, because all the women want a 6 foot tall man, but it's like the shorter man, he gotta make up in other areas. So if you're not that attractive in the face, you got to make up in other areas. And they think that the money part is going to do it. And the men don't want, they looking like, damn, they ain't really my cup of tea. And I don't give a damn how much money she got. She don't even get me within the looks department. Like, come on now. So it's like, come on. That y'all, and you notice the ones, they got to, because I make 6 figures and I need a man to make one. He don't even want you. You're overweight. You're ugly in the face. You just don't look good at all. But they don't see it. You think you're a 10 because society has made y'all all believe that y'all are all 10s. And a lot of y'all look like Frankenstein with a wig on. Shit. And these men don't be wanting you. They're not intimidated by your money. Honey, they intimidated by your goddamn face. I'm just saying. And that's just that. A lot of these people be out of their league. You're talking about, I need 6 figures and all that. That man looking at you like 6 figures. Well, child, I ain't, girl. Ain't nobody trying to give you $2 with that face. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
It's true. And one thing about me, I'm not doing the tricking. Like, I love to trick on my man. I love to spend money on my man or whoever I'm with. But you got to step first. Yeah, you got to step first, because now I need to know, like, okay, you gonna come trim, I'm gonna come trim too, baby. We gonna reciprocate. I'm big on reciprocation. A lot of women, I guess, are not, I want to say desperate, but a lot of women are getting to a certain point where it's like, I need a man. I gotta prove myself to a man. I gotta do this. So a lot of women don't mind coming up off that money first, and that's gonna attract the brokies. I'm not with that. None of that. Not even a little bit.
No, I got you. I mean,
Not even
that's
a little
definitely
bit.
true. A lot of women are willing to definitely be the breadwinners. And listen, I don't judge, because it's not about, you got to figure out what's important to you and your lifestyle. And And if that's what you're on, that's what you're on. But you are right. That does make the playing field for men more in their favor because
Exactly.
they'll just find the woman that's going to cash out on them.
Exactly.
But you are definitely mature for your age.
Thank you.
You're definitely mature for your age.
Kendra, like, seriously, what's much, like, really? Baby, that's why I say a lot of these women are lost in the goddamn sauce. Lost. What's mature? What's mature? I didn't hear nothing mature she said. I think she realized what's going on, but she's still in denial. She realized that what she's asking for is unrealistic, but she's still gonna try it anyway. That sounds like a fool. And she's not a bad looking chick, but she's not getting the outcome she's looking for. And once again, it just sounds like somebody who's trying to finesse a man to help build herself up. That's the last resort. When a lot of these women are out here trying to make it and they're trying to get to that next level, they always use a man to do it. That's the real. And then they lie about using a man. They make it seem like they got it out the mud when it was some man that helped them get to where they are. A woman lost her life behind this very same thing. Her man helped, establish something, but he went to jail. He goes to jail while he's in there. She takes all the money and go and flip it or whatever. She did something, built it up, and then took everything from him, and she lost her life behind that. That's unfortunate. I don't think it should go to that extent, but they're playing games. That's not how you move if you're really trying to look for, quite naturally, when you're in a relationship, when you're with a man that's actually your man and it's your husband, because that's the ultimate goal, in my opinion. Yes, you reciprocate stuff. It's not a mine and yours, it's ours. And yes, you buy stuff for your man and you do things for the person that you love just as much as they do stuff for you. But it's weird. Classy Young Man 35, thank you for the super chat once again. Says, Kendra is a prize with dust and cobwebs. Even Lisa Ray is twerking online at 59, baby. Baby, right. And you notice too, the older they get, they start pulling out their titties even more. Like the older, I said it's 55, which we're going to get to this. Well, I don't know if this was, there's a video of this lady. Like they start pulling the titties. You know when it's a real desperation because the titties be fully out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't be like a little cleavage. I understand. We're women. We you might do a little bit of that. But what I'm saying is no, they're the whole, like the whole titties is out the older they get. Like they really become, that's how you know it's really they at the last straw. When you start seeing the whole titties just out. Like they really try to catch somebody with them old girl titties, and them men just be looking right past, looking through them like they look and see it and they keep it moving, child. They know what's up. You know that they at the last resort when they start pulling out the whole titties. I'm just saying. Thank you, Classy. Nightcall says, why teach your competition? Right. Well, I mean, look, the old and the young gonna be all sitting in the same boat. Talking about, we entrepreneurs, we got the money. But why the men ain't approaching? That's what they saying. I got it going on. My wig is on tight. Why the men not approaching me? I know I'm a bad bitch. Why the men ain't approaching? They all gonna be sitting there all together, asking them same damn questions 50 years from now, child. Thank you, Nightcall. I appreciate you. Jamari 8183, thank you for the super chat, says, why do men need to match the financial income of women? If those same women do not want to use their own money help pay bills, support households, and maintain their lifestyles, right? That don't make any sense. What's the whole point of you being an adult, taking care of yourself? That when you get in a relationship, now you think, oh, I just need to stop taking care of myself because the man's supposed to be the provider. But you still working. The man is the provider of the household when he has a wife at the house who's maintaining the household, when he has a housewife, in my opinion. The whole point of having the man be the sole provider is because he has a wife at the house maintaining that he don't have to go and pay outside people for nannies and cooks and cleaning. That's your role as the wife, that you cook and clean and maintain the house and the kids while he go outside the house and pave that pavement to get the money to make sure the roof over your head is paid for, to make sure all y'all needs are met, to make sure you got the pots and the pans and the clothes and the shoes and the things that you need to make the house run smoothly and make sure the kids are good. He got that because he knows he have you at home doing that. You know, they want a lifestyle that they seen on these reality TV shows and Pretty Woman. You want a man with money to just come in and take you out the gutter and take care of all this stuff without you being the type of woman that he would need. You don't give a damn about the type of woman he needs you to be. It's all about you. I want to be outside. I want to be moving and shaking, paving the ground. And I want you to be at home paying all the bills, paying for the trips, paying for a lifestyle, paying for everything. While he don't get nothing out of you. You get everything from him and more, and he get nothing out of you. What kind? No, baby, that is over. Ain't nobody falling for that. There's no goddamn way in here I want my sons to be with a woman who thinks like that. No, what the hell y'all think this is? This ain't 1976. Shit, this ain't 86. It is 2026. Get on board with the modern society, modern crew bonnet members. This is modern society, baby. Ain't nothing traditional, baby. You better get y'all can work. Y'all are entrepreneurs. You making money. You better start spending that damn money. All these men ain't trying to deal with y'all. Y'all don't want to be housewives. What's the point? You don't need a man to pay all the bills and for you to be outside and doing all this kind of shit. No, first, the men don't even want that. That's why they're not approaching. That's why it don't matter how good you look and what you say. All what you're saying is wrong. These men don't want it. And y'all see it. Thank you, Jamari. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. And they still smell like fish. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Yo, it's Erin TV. Thank you for the super chat. Says, now, D, you didn't have to go there. LMAO. I mean, hell, I probably had to go there. Somebody needs to tell them. Shit, this is unrealistic and delusional. They need to hear that on a consistent basis. Because all these other people, all the old bras, don't want to teach the new ones because y'all still in competition. Y'all all in the same boat. Somebody need to teach them. You need somebody with some common sense to let these women know what you. Because if I had the call with that young lady, I would tell her, yes, you are unrealistic. You are delusional, ma'am. You're cute. You're okay looking, but you're unrealistic. Ain't no man gonna go for that, honey. You get ready if you want a man, you want a family, baby, get ready to have to you get your resources, put your resources with the man resources. It don't matter if he make less or more, but if he got consistent income and he's doing good, y'all better put that shit together and y'all better make it work and build up on that. Now, if you don't want to do that, all this other stuff you talking about ain't gonna make no sense. Thank you, yours, Ari TV. I appreciate you. It ain't gonna make no damn sense. You know. ATL, DeeDee, I just sent you $50 on Cash App. You did? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. My bad. Hold on. ATL, hold on. Let me double check it. I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. Let me see. Baby, they're delusional as hell. Delusional as hell. And somebody need to tell them. Thank you, ATL Jaro. I hope I'm saying Jar, ATL Jar 01. I don't know. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I do see it here. Thank you. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the support. I do see it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, y'all. And I mean, once again, I can't be a delusional person. You know, first off, I'm too old, and I just understand the relationship dynamic. And I know that everybody's relationship is not the same. Everybody's relationships aren't one size fits all. I understand that there are different dynamics in a relationship. But if you look at couples who have been together for a long time, they all basically have certain consistent things that they all have. And that's why they're together. You know, this whole new idea of based on, women can make money, it's just a delusional aspect. And they just want women to just roll with that, but it's not benefiting you. It's not benefiting you to think like that. And they still out here losing, but still trying to continuously push that same narrative. And it just don't work like that. And I think that's doing them a disservice as opposed to helping them to get what they actually say they want. And this idea that you want a man at the finish line and you want, with all this money, he got to make more money than you, it's absurd. It's asinine. It really is. It's not a way to get a healthy relationship. And once again, a lot of these women say they want a good man and they want this and they want that, but they really don't. You want You want a fool. You want somebody. Thank you once again for the generous super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel once again. I appreciate it. Yeah, you want somebody to just be stupid. And this is modern society. Men are woke and they are privy to. You may have been able to pull that off in the 70s and the 80s, maybe, because that's when that was the stepdaddy era, where these men thought, oh my God, it's a blessing to take on a woman and her kids, and you're going to offer so much more to them. Now men are like, hell no, I'm not doing it. I want my own kids. They realize that wasn't a benefit. They've learned from the mistakes of the past. But women, because women benefited off those mistakes, they still trying to push that same bullshit. These men don't want to do that. There's no way I would want my sons to take on a 2-3 time baby mama, period. No, like, come on. And they don't have no children. It's not beneficial anymore. It's really not. And so you got to learn from your mistakes. And because they've benefited from the mistakes, they still trying to push that old narrative. Oh, men should be proud to do. No, they shouldn't. Why should they? What benefit is that to them? No, y'all just want to benefit off of that. You want to work when you want to work, but all your money is your money. That old narrative has got to be done away with. My money is my money. Your money is my money. Is bullshit. Bullshit. No, your money. If you want your money to be your money, then you need to stay by your goddamn self. Because if you can make money now, this ain't the old days. Y'all wanted to be as equal to a man, so that means you got to pay bills. Yours, Eric TV says, all I'm bringing to the table, big duh and stress. Child. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Thank you, Eric TV. I appreciate you. I almost made you burn yourself cooking. Why? Oh my God. Don't burn yourself now. Hell, it's just foolishness though, and they keep asking the same dumb questions over and over and over and over, and you ain't getting no results from that. Nightcall says, if relationships aren't traditional, why raise boys with traditional expectations today in 2026? No, it's like, nah. If you meet a woman, Lord, who was raised by some parents and understood what the parent, the relationship dynamics, you find a woman who understands that traditional value. If that's what you're looking for, then it could work out. But honestly, it's not a traditional environment anymore. It's more of a modern world we're living in 2026. And look how expensive things are. It's not like back in the day when you can get a house for $94,000. Okay? You can get a house for $98,000, $100,000. Now houses are expensive. Okay? It's way more expensive. Things are way more expensive. You need two incomes. And to go out here thinking that you can put all that on one person is absurd. And then they brag about, oh, I make this amount of money. Well, what the hell you gonna do with your money? Why are you telling me you make that money if you don't want to do goddamn thing with it? You don't want to spend your money. What's the point of telling me you make good money? And why do you expect me to come in and pay all my money for you and your kids? Hell no. No, y'all. Thank you, Nightcall. I appreciate you once again. Y'all, that's crazy. So I'm just like, I'm not, and I say this all the time. It's not, I try to be as realistic as possible, and not, it's not like I'm trying to down talk anybody. I'm just realistic, and I just try to be truthful as best as possible, and not give these people false hope and tell these people a bunch of bullshit and lies that's not going to amount to anything. And it's not about manifesting. You got to know what's going on. You got to know what is realistic and what isn't. Bottom line, I'm not going to try to tell you something something that just sounds good. I want to tell you what it actually is. Now, if you can find what you want, that's fine. If you find a man or a woman that fits your criteria or what you're looking for, great. But if you're out here thinking you're gonna get a millionaire and a billionaire, that is not realistic at all. It's not. And so I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you that's what you should be out here looking for, as opposed to looking for something that actually would work, something that's more realistic something that's more attainable, you know. And I'm not never saying, oh, you should just settle for anything. No, I'm saying you have to be realistic in your approach. You know, you have to be realistic about what it is that you want, and stop thinking that chasing a millionaire is where it's at, or a billionaire is where it's at, instead of putting your resources with a man that's a good fit for you, and y'all are both ambitious, and y'all working together, and y'all have reached certain milestones, and y'all working together, and pull your resources together and build together, and really be there for the right reasons, not just because somebody can level you up and do all this kind of stuff. No, a lot of these women want to be better than the man, but they need the man to get them there. That's the real gag. You want to reach that billionaire status, but you need a man to help you get there. That's what they want a man for. They don't really want a man. You want a man to help you get to where you want to get to, so you can boast and brag about it, and then leave him in, leave him in the dust. You know? That's how I see it. But I want to move on. We got another clip that I want to share with y'all. So women are out here still looking and wondering why, first off, they're lost in the sauce. They're still looking at asking why men not going to these dating events, but y'all should know. Like, I don't understand why they're still lost. This is why I say they're still asking the same dumb questions, but all of the answers are right in front of your face. But anyway, listen to this.
I'm trying to figure out, if you are a single man, especially a single black man, why are you not at Essence Fest trying to get you a wife? There's all these fine, beautiful black women in here. Just fine and available. And you at home. You could have watched the World Cup at a bar out here. Why is you in the house? Trying to think you weird.
Okay, men, black men especially, please answer me this. Why is it that many of y'all refuse to go to curated dating events? I'm talking about events where the vibes are already set, the ambiance is right, the music is good, the drinks are flowing. You're basically guaranteed to meet somebody who's actually interested in you and is serious about dating. You're pretty much set up to win.
I haven't made a video about dating in well over a month because, frankly, I'm tired of talking about it. But I came across this video and something compelled me to speak on it. Maybe the algorithm will pick this up for Valentine's Day week. This video is an outstanding example of women either asking questions about men in bad faith, asking questions in good faith but presuming the wrong things, or talking to men in a condescending way that feels good for the girlies but is so off-putting to men. To be clear, a number of men do that when talking about women, for sure, but this video ain't about that, so let's break this one down. The vibes are right, the ambience is set. For who? Around this time last year, there was a black woman who talked about how she and her friends organized a singles event and no men showed up. And I reacted to her video asking, did you ask men what they wanted? Or did you just talk to your girlfriends? And to clarify for those who didn't watch my video, I didn't say that these events had to conform 100% to what men wanted. But if you're leaving them out of the planning and marketing process, your chances of bringing them in is going to drop. Because a lot of women presume to know what men want, and they don't know as much as they think they do. Now, I don't know what kind of events this lady goes to, but most of the events that I went to last year had an imbalance of too many men or too many women. The last event I went to, men outnumbered women 3-to-1. Either way, a lot of men report that they get ignored, especially by women they're attracted to. I've certainly experienced that. Paying people to get ignored is less humiliating and depressing when you're doing it on the dating apps as opposed to doing it in person.
So my question is it that dating events like this require a certain type of intention and vulnerability, and the patriarchy taught you that pursuing connection with effort somehow makes you less masculine or something? Because the patriarchy told y'all that you're supposed to just stumble into love and not actually prepare for it? Because we see how that's turning out.
This is where this video really went downhill for me. Condescending to the other side is not gender exclusive, but it's a terrible strategy that we need to leave behind in 2025. I've unfortunately participated in this and I'm trying to work on that. But this whole, is it just patriarchy that you need to unlearn in order to try, is just, I'll be charitable and incomplete analysis. Plenty of guys have tried, failed, rinse and repeat, and they're tired. I'm tired. And as a doctor of anything remotely touching psychology, counseling, or whatever this lady says that she is, it's scientifically proven that this approach of condescension and shame is a poor motivator. Yet she's employing it. What does that say about you? I ask, who is this video really for? I'm still wondering if this is rage bait or if she's really being genuine. That goes for a number of videos from women over the last few years. Men aren't men anymore. Men are just little boys. Men are trying to be women now. Men are such... Are you venting or are you trying to convince? Because people who make dating content, man or woman, don't know the difference. And clearly looking at the dating landscape and statistics, that strategy is not working. Furthermore, I find it So ironic that some of these women are trying to fight patriarchy, yet their approach to talking to men on this app is this tough love approach that is a product of, say it with me, patriarchy. Men, I will share in the comments, how would you like to be talked to in order to be convinced to try dating again, let alone go to singles events? Please keep it respectful, and I'll see you later. Peace.
I was just sitting here thinking about how I went to singles night at church, and it was, I mean, at least 1,000. First, I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people, or even thought that it was even, I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes and sizes, literally African-American women. Like, a room full of singles. And I'm like, this has to be an experiment. Like, this has to be like assimilation. Is that the word I'm gonna use? I think so. Like, I'm confused and I'm like low-key, like nervous, like for us. Wish it for myself, fuck y'all. Because where are the men? Where are the men? Then again, don't know. Never mind. We know where they at. Bye.
Where are the men there? I think 4 things. Number 1, serious men don't listen to pastors who do not hold the congregation or themselves accountable to the word of God. So those men are not going to those pastors' services or events. And that's definitely not every pastor, but it's way too many. And it almost seems like the bigger the congregation gets, the more everybody gets away with. Number 2, appearance. All right, this isn't personal to this lady, but she's serving as a symbol of what's going on, just as she intended. Okay, the huge nails, tattoos across the chest, things like that. A lot of men aren't looking at that and thinking, this is my wife, the mother of my children.
Right.
That's a club look, not a wife look. Women, when they're out, have to be aware of what their appearance is signaling to men. Number 3, these events really aren't curated for single men. Sort of like how the public school system favors the way that girls learn and the way that girls behave more than how young boys learn and how young boys naturally behave. These single events are sort of like school in that way, and they're designed for women. And a lot of these events really aren't opportunities for people to even meet. They're just taught like seminars. Number 4, rejection. Last one, y'all. Women in general so often do not know how to disconnect gracefully from a man they're uninterested in. There are insults, passive-aggressive jabs. This woman, even at the end, did one herself when she implies why men aren't showing up. It's almost like automatic, habitual. Meanwhile, she's still single and can't find a man and wonders why. It's not just her. There are too many rude women, just outright rude women. And men rightfully so, are not signing up. Literally, they're not going to sign up to deal with that. Rather than politely having a short conversation, for example, when you're uninterested in a man, rather than politely having a conversation and gracefully exiting, too many women employ these rejection strategies, given an air that there are men, given an air that man shouldn't have approached her at all, like he's just not worthy. All right. So I think those are some of the reasons why you're not seeing men at some of these church single events.
Listen, I agree with her. And I think a lot of women, they complain about men coming to these singles events. For what? So for y'all to just treat them horribly? For you to just dismiss them and talk to them crazy because you think that you're the shit and you think that you're better? You don't need to tell a man or show a man 1,000 times for him to get the picture. They realize, and I learned this about men too from my husband. Look, if you say something once you tell them something, look, they listen and they follow suit. If you say something to them, it stick with them. They adjust quickly accordingly. They don't do like us. We go back and forth and all this, and screw ourselves over. No, men don't do it. Once you tell a man what it is, you don't need to tell him 1,000 times for him to get it. He gets it. And so these men have had these experiences with these women who, they try to approach the woman. And he's like, ooh, get out my face. I got a man and this and that. And that. So now men are just like, okay, all right. This is how y'all, all right. You don't got to keep, bashing me or talking to me crazy for me to realize, I'm just going to back away from that. That's how men are. At least the ones I know. Okay, all right. I see. That's how you want it? Okay. I'm not going to approach at all. There's no middle ground. Once you let them know where you stand and how you feel about them, they move accordingly. This is why I say once men realize the nature of these women was going to be cooked. And they're cooked. And all you see is women complaining about why are men not approaching? Men really ain't talking to us. Men don't really like us. Men really moving away. Yeah, y'all said enough to let them know how y'all feel. So now they know. They don't have to guess about it. They know where you can, and unfortunately, the good gonna have to suffer for the bad. That's why I say women are gonna have to. The women who have better intentions and good, you're gonna have to set yourself apart from the rest. You're gonna have to make the. You're gonna have to make the. You're going to have to be the one to step to the man and let him know where you stand. Because otherwise, y'all all in the same boat. These men are not approaching. They don't want to have to be subjected to your harsh treatment or your harsh responses. Oh, my God. Oh, he like you a dusty. Oh, you broke. I don't want to talk to you. You broke. Like, who wants to keep subjecting themselves to that? So the men aren't approaching. They'd rather just go on their way. And that's why it is. And they act like they're confused behind that. No. And y'all think men are stupid and you think they're supposed to just keep approaching you while you keep pushing them away. When you keep saying, oh, you ain't got enough money for me. Okay, well, goddamn. Men are like, I ain't going that way at all. You're going to have to come talk to me. You have to let me know, hey, you a decent woman and you're not out for just the money and you different. Here's my number. If you ain't doing that, y'all going to be up the shit creek. I'm just saying. The men not gonna be keep subjecting themselves to that period, and it's like y'all keep asking where they at, they minding their business. You go find them, because that's what y'all gonna have to do now. Y'all done set it up to the point to now you got to do the approaching. You got to go in. You see somebody you like, you got to do the approaching. And if he's interested, he'll talk to you. If he not, well, he might be like, nah, I'm not interested, and you got to be okay with that. Yeah. JSU Tiger 07, how are you? Says knowing is half the battle. GI, what is that? Is it GI Jane? I mean, that's what you're trying to say. I don't know. Thank you for the super chat, JSU Tiger. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So once men know, y'all put it out there so hard. I mean, at one point everybody was telling them, look, and y'all still telling them, you got to be 6 feet tall. You got to bring this to the table. You got to have this. And if you don't, oh well, don't approach. So they're not approaching. They're not approaching you. Night Call 411 once again says, why does a woman's happiness seem to determine a relationship's success more than a man's in 2026? Because they're delusional. You can't please women. You can't please a woman. You know why? If the woman is moving based on her feelings, then there's no pleasing her. If her feelings dictate how happy she is, you at a loss. There's no pleasing a woman like that. And a lot of these women move with their feelings. Everything is, I feel. So if you feel stupid one day, you feel good one day, you feel stupid again, you feel like somebody's coming after you, feel all these stupid things. And a man's supposed to just be standing right there, jumping up, ready to just make you feel good all the time, baby. Ain't nobody got time for no shit like that. Who got time for that? That is unrealistic. That man to be worn the hell out, jumping every minute. No. You got to be able to regulate your own feelings and make yourself happy. And you have a man there that's doing his part and supportive and loving you, and you love him back. But if you feeling stupid, baby, you gonna have to go to a therapist or go in the closet and sing some hymns or something and read the Bible and go to church and cry at church and shout it out and get it together, and then come back to that man with some sense. I'm just saying that ain't his responsibility to make you happy 24/7. You gonna have to figure out how to do that. And you need to start doing that while you're single. So you can regulate your emotions and your feelings and understand your feelings aren't factual. Your feelings ain't the truth. You just feel like that way. Just because you feel dumb don't mean you're dumb. You're just feeling dumb. And you got to figure out, get to the root of why you feel dumb all the time. That's the therapy and the work that you got to do for yourself. The same way y'all want a man coming to the table whole. Well, you need to start working on yourself, baby. And you need to come at least halfway there. With some knowledge and accountability to know, hold up, my feelings ain't based off of, I can't look to this man to make me happy 24/7 because I'm batshit crazy and I'm all over the place. No, you need to learn how to regulate your emotions and your feelings so you don't put that on that man, because you don't want him doing that to you. Men deal with their issues a certain way. Sometimes they don't talk. Sometimes they go want to be left alone. Sometimes they go talk to the fellas. Let them do what they need to do to get their emotions regulated and come back to you right, and you need to do the exact same. Y'all are tripping. Y'all think that these men are some type of superheroes or some kind of fake man or something. Like he made of steel and hollow that he could just do all this stuff for you. Like he's Superman and Jesus wrapped in one. No, he's a human goddamn being. He got issues too. And if he's not bombarding you with all of his things that he got to work on. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be expecting him to be your savior and knight in shining armor and your therapist and all this. No, he's a human being. Lord. Thank you, Night Call 411. I appreciate you once again. JSU Tiger says, oh, no, it's half the battle. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I meant G.I. Joe. Sorry about that one. Okay, G.I. Joe. Gotcha, JSU Tiger 07. I know it was one of them. But yeah, I mean, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, it's just crazy. Y'all want these men to be all knowing. He got to be 6 feet tall, rich, 6-pack abs. He got to be fit, fine, packing. He got to be able to deal with your emotions and your feelings, deal with your craziness that you haven't figured out. He got to do all of that. Then you want him to be only deal with you, and it's just like, no, men aren't doing that. They're not doing that, and they shouldn't. That's all I'm saying. It's too much that you're asking, and you're not willing to give enough. That's the thing. I could see if you had everything, the whole full packages, you was willing to do what this man is looking for, then he probably wouldn't mind, playing your games or whatever, or acquiescing to your foolishness. But y'all don't even want to bring nothing to the table. I am the table and you 400 pounds. No, but who wants to deal with a big fat 400-pound woman talking about she the table? Who and pay all your bills and feed you? You know how much that gonna cost? God damn, you know how much ground beef is? And and then them big old women, they eat that all day. Like, you gonna have to, that's expensive alone to just feed her. Who got that kind of time when you don't even eat that much? You going to the gym, you don't eat, you gonna be spending $1,000 for just to feed her. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's too expensive. Shit. All day you gotta eat all day, and nobody, no. No way in hell. So, and I mean, nobody don't want that hassle. That's a hassle to have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on.
If a woman is not...
Hold on. Let's listen to this. So in this particular clip, I think this man is explaining why men don't take certain women seriously. And I think this was a good example from men telling women why they don't take these certain women seriously. But if you listen to what some of them are saying, it's some of the very things that women don't want to do. So that's what I'm saying. When men speak out and say what it is that they're looking for, why, and answer your questions, y'all don't want to. They don't want to hear that because it points directly to the very things that y'all don't want to do. And then so that's why I'm saying the answers are right in front of you. You just don't want to accept them. Yours Eric TV says they're not the table. They the buffet, basically. LOL. Yeah, a big buffet, big all over. And then you have all these big demands, and these men don't even want you like that. Nobody wants no big old buffet of a person. Like, come on, like, really? That's why I say it be the ones who are facially challenged, big as ever, with all of the demands. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
If a woman is not married and is not in a long-term committed relationship by at least the age of 25, if you're a man and you're looking to date, I would 100% recommend staying away, and here's why. By that age, she has already had probably far too many experiences in the bedroom with other men. There's constantly a comparison going on between what this guy can provide versus what this guy provided. This guy was really good in bed. This guy had high status. This guy was rich. This guy had a private jet. This guy was really tall. This guy was really handsome. This guy had really good style. You have to understand that constantly women are optimizing for the best. So the chances of you actually having a good pair or a good connection or a good bond with a woman in a way that is positive and healthy, you have to know that since they are constantly optimizing for the best, you are being compared to every single past experience that she's had. And the truth is, by that age, in this day and age, she has already had too many experiences.
This is the real reason why dudes is not trying to get married, why dudes is not trying to get in serious relationships. And I know you don't want to hear this. One of the biggest reasons why dudes is not trying to commit to these women today is because they're getting all the responsibility and all the things that come with being a man, but they're not getting the privileges of being a man. So, for example, You have to protect. You have to provide. You have to be a leader. You have to be intelligent. You have to be tall, dark, and handsome like me. But when it comes to what you get out the woman, you get used vagina. You get somebody that don't listen. You get somebody that dresses how they want to, do what they want to. So you don't even get the benefits that's supposed to come with being modest, being submissive, being whatever. But she gonna tell you to provide and protect and be a leader and be a man and all that. But when it comes to her roles, oh, don't be insecure. Oh, don't be controlling. That's why these dudes ain't committing to you thoughts.
When you're a comedian and you are just telling jokes, men won't take you seriously. They will think that you are the entertainment and you are the clown. And I don't say that disrespectfully. I say that the opportunity is going to be about learning how to be emotionally available and vulnerable to make that deeper connection. Most comedians use humor to deflect from their actual feelings. I think it's important because some of y'all try to be the funny girl, but then you're treated like one of the boys because they're not taking you seriously because you're not a woman to them. You telling jokes like one of the boys, you're gonna be treated like one of the boys. So don't play that role. Someone say, I get funny because I'm fat. You can be funny, but you can also be fucking ferociously beautiful and, as you put it, fat. You can do it all. Don't be the funny girl. The funny girl gets you nowhere.
I never take women seriously, and here is why. Men are the voice of reason. We're the voice of logic. Women are the voice of delusion, okay? They're the voice of emotional, illogical, nonsensical gabagoo. And so what that means is, when they say, oh, I feel this way because I think you did this to me, I didn't do that to you, and you don't feel that way, okay? From now on, you feel this way. Listen to me, okay? Listen to my voice of reason. This is how you feel now, okay? You no longer feel this way because you're living in la la land. Domination.
So girls always complain. Every guy always looks at me and all he wants is one thing. He wants to get in my pants. Well, baby, because you're half naked on social media, you present yourself like that girl. Of course they're gonna look at you like that. They look at you like you're an easy target, you know? Duh. Now I see why no girl takes me serious. I mean, until you really get to know someone, you can't judge. But unfortunately, in life, you're gonna make judgments based off first impression. You know, girls look at me and say, this guy has so many tattoos, his body's out, you know, he does this, he does that, he's on social media, he's a fuckboy, he's gonna break my heart. But little do they know, when they get to know me, I'm not only gonna break their heart, but I'm gonna love them hard and be loyal, you know, while I break their heart, you know? Nah, I'm just kidding. No, but don't judge a book by its cover. And ladies, cover up if you want guys to take you serious.
Ladies, here are 3 main reasons that a guy initially will put you in the fun zone, that will not take you serious zone, the play zone, as we like to call it. Here are 3. Number 1, you got bikini pics all on your social media. You're showing too much cleavage like you out here on the beach, but you ain't on no beach. Oh, no. That just means you're for everybody else, not for him. He don't like it. It's embarrassing to his peers. They're going to say, oh, show me her. He's going to show you. And they go, no. No. Number 2, I ain't going to lie, ladies. If you are covered in tattoos, his initial thought is you a freak-a-leak. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant. I don't give a goddamn. I could walk down the street in a cop suit and say, I ain't no cop. I'm just letting you know. This is how guys are thinking. They're saying, oh, she's a freak-a-leak. And they're not going to initially take it now. Could you change your mind? Possibly. But right off the bat, no. He's putting you in fun zone. A lot of tattoos all over. Yeah. Trust me. I know what I don't play. Number 3, you're constantly on your phone. And you got a Snapchat? Oh, hell no. You got a Snap? Oh, no, girl. You just...
What's wrong with Snapchat?
Yeah, that's what that... You ain't got to lie. Those are the big 3.
Never take a woman seriously. Every man learns this once, but idiots pay twice. If a woman says that she believes in your dreams and you picture her like Bonnie and Clyde, you already lost. Women don't bond to emotion. They bond to position. The moment you get heavy, you sink alone. No woman is loyal to a man more than she's loyal to her own feelings. When the feelings shift, she's gone. So if one woman can break you, another woman can too. That's the math that you keep lying about. Men fall in love with ideas. Women test gravity. They don't care how far you've come together. The second you take her too seriously, you stop existing in her head.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what they were saying because it's the truth, especially, how you present yourself. I talk about that all the time. How you dress, how you present yourself, the tattoos, all of that stuff. Men put you in a category. They do. And I think women know that, but they like to push back on it. They don't want to accept it because it means they would have to change. And how can you change it when you got all these tattoos? Now you see women out here trying to remove them. There's a video on social media of women regretting their tattoos, talking about they wish they wouldn't have done it, and they got it when they were 18. What were they thinking? And now they regret it and they don't like it. So, what you hear people telling you, hey, don't go mark your body up like that. It doesn't look good. But you still want to do it because you're in control. Women have this war within themselves of wanting to feel like they're in control and they have their own autonomy to do whatever they want. But yeah, you have the freedom to do what you want. But just because you have that freedom doesn't mean that you should always do whatever comes to mind. Because a lot of the things that you choose to do, you end up regretting it. And you don't want to listen to anybody. You think you know it all when you're young, and you just go make these harsh decisions, and then you regret it, and then you mad when there are outcomes associated with it. People try to tell you certain things to keep you out of certain situations, but you don't want to listen. So you got to go through the hardships of it. You got to go through the consequences of it. And then a lot of times you don't learn because you're so, hard-headed, and you feel like, hey, I could do what I want to do, and a lot of the choices you make aren't the best. Women feel empowered to be hoes, empowered hoes all over the place. That don't make it good. That's not a good thing. That's not something that you should be bragging about. That's not something you should feel empowered to do and be because you can't, just because you can. Just because you have the autonomy and the free will to go out and be whole doesn't mean you should. And then when you go out and choose to do that, I feel good about getting a train ran on me and all that. I've heard all of it. And you don't think that men will listen to that? So men are like, oh, okay, she had a train ran over. I'll go add to that train, but I ain't no hell way I'm taking you seriously. And just when you at a position to where you like, I'm tired of getting the trains ran, and now I want to be an upstanding woman, I want to be somebody's wife, you got to be out your goddamn mind. That you think an upstanding man who's looking for a wife and the mother of his kids gonna want a woman that had trains ran on her? What are y'all thinking? Are you Delulu? Who raised you? Who told you that was okay? Or did you just tell yourself that? This is what we're seeing. You done had 1,000 D's. You done had 1,000 D's. And then you all of a sudden had 1,001. I want to be a wife. Are you out of your goddamn mind? You done had all kind of ninjas up and through there, all doing everything they want to do to you. And people was able to see it. And now you want to be somebody's wife? Whoever signs up for that is got to be batshit crazy. I'm just saying. You got to be batshit crazy to want to sign up for that. So I'm just saying there are consequences to your actions. That's all I'm saying. Look, if you choose to do certain things, there are consequences associated with it. We all got to have consequences for our choices. But if you choosing the worst of the worst, thinking, I'm empowered to go out here and be a hoe, I'm empowered to sleep with Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, Pookie, and Ray Ray, I'm empowered, I feel great. And then just don't be surprised that when you're ready to settle down, because, you will be ready to settle down. You going to want somebody to take you seriously. It's inevitable. You're going to want a man to look at you in a special way. And when you don't get that, you know what I'm saying? Don't feel bad, because you gotta directly associate that with your choices, your empowerment choices. And you could try to hide it all you want, but those things seem to what's done in the dark usually comes out to the light somehow. It's whether you tell a man directly that you been ran through, you don't have to. They're gonna figure it out. Somebody gonna make it be known. So you can't escape it. And then they have the audacity to talk about, if you've been ran through, just go to another state. They gonna know there too. Social media is all over the place, everywhere. You can't run, you can't hide. It will find you. I'm just saying. So maybe if you haven't gotten to that place yet, maybe you need to rethink that. Stop listening to the Bonnet Crew Societies of America. Stop letting them hype you up and tell you it's okay. Maybe you need to think for yourself, get some knowledge, listen to, if you got parents, listen to your parents. Don't think that you can go out here and dress like a hoe and you won't be treated like that. No, perception is everything. Perception is reality. So if you dress like it, they're going to treat you like it. If you don't like being disrespected and treated like that, stop dressing like that. Stop presenting yourself like that. Stop thinking that being a hoe is cool. Stop thinking that that is empowerment to be ran through. It's not. It never has been. And yes, we are in a modern society, but some things just hold true. You can't expect for a man to take you seriously if you've been ran through and you still thinking that that's empowerment and that's the way you should go and you want him to accept you doing that while being in a relationship with him. Some of these people are super delusional. No, that don't work like that. Once again, y'all got to stop asking these questions and listen to the answers. The answers are right in front of you. And if you want a better outcome, you got to do better. You want better, you got to do better. You can't keep expecting better and you just keep giving the worst. Period. It don't work like that. You got to get it through your thick skulls. Take out the wig so you can hear. Maybe the wig is blocking your hearing. So you'll understand the reality. It's not changing. You can't shame men into accepting. You can't shame them to death. You can't shame them into accepting something they just never accepted. Just because you see your homegirl was a stripper and she got a man. Well, baby, that don't mean that that's what you gonna get. That's probably 1 in a million because it ain't a majority. And then a lot of those relationships don't last anyway. Them men be there because either they don't know the game or they just be sprung or, pee-whipped. And then they like, oh, I think I can change her because all these men want to change. No man wants to be in a relationship with a woman they care about and she's out here for the streets. Some of these men try to force themselves to be okay with that and they never can be okay with it. It never works out. And they'll try. Some of them will try. If you realize you're dealing with a hoe, she's always a hoe. You can't change her. When you realize you can't change a hoe to a housewife, then the relationship is over because she's still itching for the streets. She's still itching for that lifestyle, but she want to keep you there, but you can't deal with it. You trying to make her change the way she dressed. Take her out the booty shorts and put her in a long skirt. That ain't gonna work because she looks stupid. It don't even fit her aesthetic. It don't even fit her because she's got whole vibes written all over her. You can't put that on a long skirt over a whole vibes. It just don't work out. It even looks weird. Have you ever seen a woman that you known was for the streets and she tried to put on some real clothes? It just looks weird. It looks like she's an imposter. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I've seen it. It looks like she's faking because she is. That's not who she is and that's not who she want to be. Now, I give them a little points for trying, but it does not match because she's still that person and she still wants to be outside, but she's trying to switch up and be something for this man and it just never works out. And that past has a way of resurfacing and coming back to the forefront. And so when he out with her, the stripper friend's going to come up. She gonna run into them stripper days of people. Old Clive gonna be like, "What's up, Diamond?" Oh, I don't go by that no more. Well, all I know you as Diamond. What's going on, old girl? And then your man standing here filming. He pissed. Well, what did you think was gonna happen, baby? Diamond is in there. That's what all I'm knowing about Diamond or whatever, pearls or whatever you want. Diamonds and pearls. She's diamond and pearls to a whole bunch of people. So you know that. So you try to escape that and then somehow it comes back. And now you got to deal with that. Now y'all arguing because you mad because she's still diamonds and pearls. And now you just reinforces what you done tried to take seriously. And it just don't sit right with your spirit. Why? Because you don't really like that. And because she put that coochie on you real good and you like, ooh, you fell in love. You thought, oh my God, I could change her and make her clean up and make her what I needed to be. And it just don't work. It's not going. And those relationships usually fail. So that's that. Night Call 411, thank you for the super chat once again, says Dee, their past don't define her while they're running a background check on the man, child. And once again, that's a delusional mindset. You want his bank accounts, all of that. It just don't make no sense. That's why I say the man got to be Jesus. He got to be Jesus, have all the right morals. What all that means is do what she wants him to do. Well, let her do whatever she wants. You just be loyal. That's what they really want, a sucker. They want a stupid sucker who's going with money. Go ahead, do whatever you want, babe. Go on the trips, babe. Take your girlfriends, babe. You can go every weekend, babe. It don't matter. The cost don't matter. Oh, I got it. I'll be here cooking my own meals, cleaning up. I'll pay somebody to do it. I got it. Go do what you want because you're a queen. While she doing what she want, all right. She getting that white stuff slapped on her ass. She's getting it in with her girlfriends because, you know, they be gay. That's why they always want to call a man gay. But they be, you know, munching on each other, a lot of them. They be having a good old time and bringing other people in too while you at the house looking stupid, paying all the bills, paying for, and she come home, you kiss you dead in the mouth and tell you she had a good time, and then she want more money, and you just a stupid sucker. That's what they want. Thank you, Night Call. Don't make no sense. Right. 87 Stephen X says there's a place in Brazil charging $13,000 for body count recovery or a reset using holy water, I guess. They making money. And you know what I did? I heard about that. I was supposed to talk about that. You made me remember 87 Stephen X. Yeah, and they gonna make your money because if they stupid enough to go and think that they can be reset, get them $13,000. Get the money. If you foolish enough to come out of your pocket with 13 grand thinking that you can get reset with throwing some holy water on you, some fake water, holy water, then get your money. Because that shows you how dumb a lot of people are. And people have paid it too. Get your money. If you can come up with an idea for that, child, get paid. Get paid. Because you got to be damn dumb, batshit crazy for real to think that that's going to happen. Like, come on. But then but it makes sense that they'll run over there and think that they can really get it reset. But then it's supposed to be so empowering. Oh my God, it's empowerment to be free, to screw and raw dog whoever I want. Oh my God, that's so great. But then y'all be the first ones running over there trying to get them 13 grand to go get it reset. And you think that matters. You think that that's real. No, it's not. Thank you, 87 Stephen X. I appreciate you, child. It's just a hot mess. Yeah, it's just, it don't make no sense. Dumb as hell. Whoever is paying that. And you really think that all them, you know, D's that you done rolled is all of a sudden gonna vanish away? That, you know, when a lot of these women who've been ran through so bad, they gotta go get surgeries on their vaginas. So you think that's gonna reset that born vagina, that surgery vagina you had to go get back, pushed back intact because it been ran through so much? You think that's holy water? How the holy water gonna reset that vagina that you had to go get a surgery on? What the holy water gonna do when your vagina had to get patched up? A lot of these women had to get their vaginas patched up because it so ran through. They got ran through so much, the vaginas fell out. So what sprinkling some water down there gonna do, girl? When you had to go get surgery, make it make sense. Anyway. Night Call 411, thank you for the super chat once again. It says, if men cheat more than women, why isn't the reset holy water targeted to men? Because we already know, Night Call, that women cheat more than men. At the same rate and probably more. Because the vaginas you get ran through, you know. You pump and dump those. And you keep pumping and dumping too much, they fall out. Okay? So they got to get it fixed. Y'all don't fall off. Unless you got a bad disease and you don't never get no treatment, then who knows what could happen. But no, they getting pumped and ran through, then that vagina falls out and you got to go get it fixed. It's nothing can hold it in. So yeah, that's why. Child, thank you, Night Call. It's just not good. You know what I'm saying? But that's supposed to be empowerment, and you're supposed to feel good about that. And that's what women are aspired to do and be. Oh, we want to be outside. We don't want to get married in our 20s. Why? Because you need to be ran through. Because you can't meet a good guy when you're young and say, oh, we're compatible. Let's build a life together. You don't want to do that because it cuts out you getting ran through. You got to have experiences in life. Oh, these men, you know, you want to, you don't want an older woman because she's seasoned. No, she's ran through more. Oh, well, some of the young girls ran through. Well, not all of them. And there's more of a chance you might find a young woman who ain't been ran through yet, but all these old ones been ran through and got children to show for it. So why would they want that? So, yes, it's a problem. And I always want to talk about men, being sleep, cheating, all this. Women cheat too. Women cheat. They do cheat, lie, do all the same things that men do. They trying to be like a man, remember? And they try to pick the worst type of men to be like. So you're emulating the man. You want to make the money and you want to have options to cheat and feel good about it too. That's what they're doing. You want to copy the worst of the men and then complain about them when y'all doing the same thing. Child, they can miss me with all this shit because, listen, I see it for what it is. You can't tell.
If a woman is not...
You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me if you talking like that, and you can't tell me the sky is blue, baby. I ain't hearing the goddamn thing you say because I have enough sense and I've been around enough to know what is what. And none of this stuff these young people are saying, the old ones, the young ones, all of them in the same boat. When it comes to relationships and men, they have no clue. Y'all here looking for money, and these men with money don't want y'all. And they tell on themselves all the time. But they either gonna learn it or they not. That's on them. I'll put the information out there. If you can get it, if you get it. If you don't, you don't. That ain't my, if you don't get it, that's not on me, that's on you. And if you're gonna keep complaining about the same, going in circles, complaining about the same old thing, well, that's on you. If he ain't married, men ain't cheating. Right. That's true. And so, it is what it is, Eric TV. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Classy says, I've done 3 of those surgeries last Friday. Wow. Well, I probably start seeing more of them, Classy, because they out here screwing for life, and so they're going to need to get something rejuvenated. They're going to have to get something done. You can't do all them raw dogging and pound sounding forever, all them different men all the time. And you don't think nothing is going to be wrong with that thing. You're going to have to go get that thing fixed. And once you get it fixed, don't think that when you get it fixed, now you're going to get your husband. No, it still ran through, boo. It's still what it is. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all for being here, for supporting the channel. Thank y'all once again. I appreciate you. Oh, my God. I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Thank y'all so much for all the love and support. Thank y'all so much for rocking out with me, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Night Call 411 once again says, why are men's affairs called selfish, but women's framed as unmet needs? Because it's selfish, once again, Night Call, because they're delusional and they're full of shit. I'm just saying. It's a delusional mindset. You got to ignore that. It's a bullshit. Everything that a woman does is justified and it's supposed to be okay, and all of is a man fault. No, that's some bullshit. Ignore that. No, call it what it is. It's selfishness. They're selfish. They're entitled. And that's why these men don't want to deal with them. That's it. No, it's a one-sided deal for a lot of women. This is why men don't want to deal with it. And you should not. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you, bro. Yours, Eric TV, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, want men to be monogamous with a talking stage. Right. Like, come on. Y'all haven't even established a relationship. It's just, like I said, it's delusional, y'all. It doesn't make any sense. It don't make sense. But this is why they keep talking about the dating pool have pee and piss in it and pee poop in it. Why? Y'all a part of that shit. Y'all a part of it. You're a part of the problem with the dating pool because you don't understand men. You don't understand dating. You don't understand relationships. You don't know how it works. You haven't seen a successful, healthy relationship. And you haven't worked on yourself the way you want people to think you have. And you're out here with these unrealistic expectations for a man, but you don't bring a goddamn thing to the table, nor do you want to bring nothing to the table. You're looking for traditional men in modern society, and it's not going to work. Y'all looking for a lifestyle, a fairy tale, a reality show, and that ain't real. That's fake. That is scripted. That is set up. That ain't real. So in reality, you got to be realistic. You can't live in this delusional mindset thinking that you're going to get everything that a man has to offer when you're not willing to offer anything yourself and you don't even know what to offer. So yeah, it's going to be a problem, and y'all are contributing to the problem. Point blank and a period. Thank you, US Area TV, once again. I appreciate you. Listen, thank y'all so much for the super chats, for the cash apps. I appreciate y'all so much for being here. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody who still supports the channel, y'all. I try to post videos every single day. Make sure you are watching those and leaving your thoughts and like the video as well. I will be back. I will try to do another live stream really, really soon. So make sure you guys have that notification bell clicked on so that you'll get that notification. All right. Thank y'all once again for being here. I appreciate y'all. Listen, I want y'all to enjoy the rest of your evening. Y'all got to get out of here. I'm tired as hell. But thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate the support, the laughs, the commentary. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all once again. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says, I just need one that will climb and trim my palms. Yes, Lord. There you go with that. Yes, Lord. I saw them palms. Who's climbing that? Baby, what kind of woman is going to climb them damn trees? You crazy. It'll be funny as hell if I saw a woman climbing up that thing. It would be funny as hell if a woman would climb some damn palm trees and baby, I would be weak. I would be on the ground. Ain't no way I'm climbing no goddamn palm trees. Lord, if you get a woman to climb some damn palm trees and trim them, baby, I would be weak as hell. Ain't no way in the world. You hear me? Ain't no way in the world. Shit. Yes, Lord. But anyway, thank you, Successfully MD. I appreciate you, child. There's no way I'll ever be climbing no goddamn palm trees. Unless it's a goddamn flood and I'm caught outside and I gotta climb to get from the water. That's the only way I see I would be climbing some goddamn palm, any kind of tree. You know what I'm trying. I don't see that happening. But anyway, that's just, I'm saying it would be funny. It would be hilarious to see something like that. I'm just saying. But anyway, y'all. Thank y'all once again. I appreciate y'all. Listen, stay tuned for more, y'all. Y'all be safe out here in these streets. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Love y'all. Mwah. See y'all later. Bye.
Morning comes but nothing starts. Sunlight falls on an empty heart. Time is cold, the room stands still. Silence louder than it should feel, yeah. People smile, they carry on, never knowing what is gone. I wear a face that says I'm fine, while loneliness keeps perfect time. Every road leads back somehow, true to love I can't reach now. I'm alone after you, like the sky without the moon.
I'm alone after you,
got almost
like the sky without the moon. Every crowd feels miles away,
babe.
Every night comes way too soon. I'm alone after you.
The world's still turning, mine stand still.
I keep breathing because I have to.
Yeah, not because I wanna feel.
You were my last place to belong,
baby. Now I'm learning how to carry on. Yeah. Sometimes I talk into the air, like maybe somehow you're still there. I laugh alone in memories, then the quiet just swallows me. No one's waiting for my call, no familiar voice at all. Just these songs I write at night, trying to turn hurt into love.
I'm alone after you, right the sky without the moon. Every crowd feels miles away, every night comes way too soon.
Yeah,
I'm alone after you.
Yeah, the world turning, mine stand still.
I keep breathing because I have to,
not because I wanna feel. You are my last place to belong. Now I'm learning how to carry on. Yeah. Everybody says time keeps moving, I know, but grief ain't riding on the same road. Some days I'm standing in a room full of people still feeling like the last soul left. I'm not looking for sympathy, I'm looking for one familiar breath, yeah. One voice that said, you're gonna make it.
It's DeeDeesReactions. It's DeeDeesReactions. I hope you enjoy the show. Like, share, subscribe. You reactions. Tell a friend, it's DeeDee's reactions. It's DeeDee's reactions. DeeDee's reactions. Later.